Well, on the first Saturday of February, the Marian Knights to get in the win column, taking on a team at the edge of the top 25, the Taylor Trojans, as the Trojans visit the PE Center here in Crossroads League play. We welcome you in for the back end of this doubleheader. Rob Brown alongside Jan Bozier. We take a quick look at Jan's keys to the game in this one.
Well, Rob, clearly Taylor likes to put up threes. They put up about as many as any team in the conference. They average making about 11 a game, and they shoot it at a high level of 38%. Rebounding will obviously be big. Taylor's a big team. Marian's going to have their hands full on the boards today. So to counter that, Marian's really going to have to handle this game with their tough defense.
Well, Marian coming in, dropping 9 straight games. Here you get a look at Todd Howard, named the interim head coach on Tuesday following Pat Knight's resignation earlier in the day. The Knights have played a game since Howard took over as the interim head coach. That was a home loss here to Mount Vernon Nazarene on Wednesday, 73-64. Taylor comes in on a skid as well, loses of 4 in a row. Taylor dropped a 1-point overtime loss at Goshen on Wednesday night. So both of these teams have lost to Goshen within the last week. Let's go down to the floor and get the starting lineups. First for the visitors from Taylor. We'll go down to the PA and the voice of the PA here at the PE Center, Mark Erdosi.
At forward, number 3, Nate Parlberg. At guard, number 8, Carson Gould. At guard, number 21, Anthony McGee. At guard, number 23, Isaiah Day. And at forward, number 40, Pete Combs. Trojans head coach, Austin Peters. Ladies and gentlemen, starting lineups for the Taylor University Trojans.
Well, Isaiah Day, the leading scorer for this Taylor team, averaging just over 16 points a game. That's 9th in the Crossroads League. And Jan, you mentioned this Taylor team, first in the league in three-pointers made, attempted, second in three-point percentage, and Day at the top of the list in both of those categories in the Crossroads League. He comes in 69 makes and 159 three-pointers attempted. Let's go back down to the floor for the Knights starters.
For your Marian Knights. At forward, a 6'8" sophomore from Pendleton, Indiana, number 2, Josiah Gustin. At guard, a 6'3" junior out of Greenfield, Indiana, number 3, Dylan Moles. At guard, a 6'2" sophomore from Indianapolis, number 5, Ron Rutland III. At forward, a 6'7" junior out of Indianapolis, number 15, Aaron Humphrey Jr. Rounding out your night starting lineup is a 6'3" redshirt sophomore guard out of Muncie, Indiana. He wears number 34, Aiden Franks. Your night's interim head coach is Todd Howard. Ladies and gentlemen, starting lineups for your Marian Knights.
Well, our starting lineups brought to us by Tom O'Brien, Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. If saving money is important to you, visit Tom O'Brien, Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, proud sponsor of Marian Athletics. Tom O'Brien is Indy's preferred Jeep dealer with 2 locations and the biggest Jeep inventory in Indiana. To show their support, Tom O'Brien will donate $200 to Marian for every car any student, parent, employee, or friend of Marian buys when you mention this promo. Go Knights and go to Tom O'Brien. See how their family works for you since 1933.
Rob, Marian really needs to get off to a good start, get a lot of momentum.
Knights in the home whites. And the Knights turn it over. Pete Combs got a running start to the rim and a foul called.
Was that 2 steps from the free throw line?
My goodness.
That's pretty lengthy. Strides, I'd say, right?
Foul is on Ron Rutland, the third, his first and the first on the Knights. Pete Combs shoots 2. Our officials today, Michael Ingram, Bernard Weatherby, and Darren Munn. Combs shoots 2. I was about to say the Knights are in the home whites. Dark blue lettering and numerals trimmed in gold. Taylor in the traveling purple uniforms. White numerals and lettering trimmed in gray. Combs knocks in both free throws.
Really?
To the basket, Moles with a bucket.
Wow, Moles with a really quick move to the rim.
The Knights tied up at 2. Carson Gould, the freshman point guard out of Warsaw. Feeds Combs underneath. Turnaround shot over the rim.
Pretty good defense. He held his own in there. The half hook, just he didn't really get a good angle on it.
Humphrey all the way to the bucket, threw it over the back of the rim. Now Day bursting into the forecourt. Bounce in deep to Combs. Lays it up and in.
And that's going to be a problem for the Knights. They let the ball get that deep. Not much they're going to be able to do, Rob. They've got to keep the ball out of the block area.
Now Combs with a decided strength advantage over Gustin. Not a size advantage necessarily, but it's certainly a bulk advantage. Gustin rolls to the rims and Combs has him wrapped up. That's the first foul on Combs. And the first on Taylor here in the half. Gustin hands to Rutland.
Really want to see Rutland get involved. He's a guy that can be a difference maker. He's not had his best games as of lately. Let's see if he can get it going today.
And the Knights turn it over. Second turnover already for the Knights. There's Todd Howard. Three seasons as the head coach at what was then known as IUPUI in the mid-2010s. McGee on the back cut scores.
Right now, Taylor's just pushing everything downhill. Getting really good and easy looks.
It's going to be tough to beat Taylor if every shot is at the rim.
Yeah, especially with their height advantage.
Gustin tried to force a pass into Humphrey Jr. Two-man game, and Day
Look out.
missed the dunk and then lands hard on his back.
He took a shot, too.
Tried to grab the rim and hang on to hold his momentum up to lower himself down easily, but
good to see him get up quickly because, man, he fell a long way. He tries to protect himself here. I think that's what you were saying, Rob.
Lost his grip on the rim.
Yeah, and that was a long way down there.
That foul on Franks.
And he got up. It's a tough character, man.
Isaiah Day out of Middletown, Ohio. Second free throw no good, and Gustin has the rebound. Day and Parlberg, the two most experienced players on this roster, both playing in their 78th game today for Taylor. Humphrey Jr. into the lane. Moles floats cross court to Franks. Timer at 3. Rutland Jr. misses the shot.
I was going to say, I thought there had to be something there.
Aaron Humphrey Jr. was body checked across the lane.
Yes, he was, and then some.
Fouls on Parlberg. His first and the team's second.
You got two teams right now, Rob, that just need a victory, and they're going to play as hard as they possibly can. At least both teams are hoping to scratch and claw and see if they can't get something done today. That's travel.
Travel.
Yep.
There's already the fourth turnover on the Knights. McGee shoveled the Combs, who wasn't ready for it. And the first turnover on Taylor. Rutland ISO'd against Parlberg, spins,
There you
finds
go.
Franks on the back cut. Missed the layup,
There
but
you go.
Gustin's there to clean it up.
You got 3 white shirts attacking the glass there, and that's what the Knights are going to have to do. That sequence right there is exactly what they need to do.
Subs at the table for both teams. Gould tees up a three.
He can hit them too. He doesn't need much space either. He's a quick shooter and a good shooter from outside.
Doesn't take a lot of shots, but will shoot if left alone.
Yep.
Franks down the baseline,
There
pull
you
up
go.
and in.
Really like to see Franks just explode here in the last few games of the season.
Franks trying to dial in that mid-range game in the early going. Combs feeling his way against Gustin. Gould, another three, got it.
There it is. We talked about that. They average 11. They've got a couple already.
13-6. Franks looking for the answer. It's long. Day inside position. Gould motions for Parlberg to run to the corner. Day steps into one. That's long, but McGee has the carom.
Yep.
And a reach-in foul on Rutland. That's his second.
Taylor's been out rebounding their opponents by 6+ rebounds per game. So rebounding has been something they do pretty well. Threes, the part of their game they have not done very well is shoot free throws. Now they shoot a lot of them, but their percentage is not real great.
Gould, another three. That one's off the back of the rim. Day might have pushed off a little bit.
It wasn't a little. There was definitely a push-off.
McGee for three. No good.
And that's key to you got to have real big checkouts, but when you shoot a lot of threes, Rob, as you well know, you get a lot of long rebounds.
Long rebounds. The guards
Yep.
have to rebound today. Luke Carroll's into the game for the Knights. Number 20 in white. Moles trying to get free.
You say you got to get out of there, and he did.
Humphrey's in the lane a long time. Moles, top of the circle, got it.
Boy, he looks comfortable, doesn't he? I'd like to see him have a really big game tonight. Sure help the Knights. Put somebody on your shoulders today.
4 for Moles in the early going. Nathan Baker, freshman out of Fishers, just into the game, as is Levin Smith. A 6'11" sophomore from Exmoor, Virginia. That's Smith at the top of the circle. Gould has to hit a long one and does.
Didn't
Three
need much room.
threes for Carson Gould. His season high is 10, and he already has 9.
Well, the three has certainly come into effect here early, as we thought it may for Taylor.
Carroll posting the smaller Gould. Out front, Moles tries one. No good. Gustin beat Day to the basket. Carroll holding off the smaller Gould, and Gould had no choice but to foul. That takes us to our first media timeout. 13:25 to go, first half. Taylor leading Marian 16-8. We'll be back in a moment. You're watching Marian University basketball on the ISC Sports Network.
Merchants Bank is one of the nation's top performing banks. Take our fixed rate CD, for example. At 4.5 APY, it's a great way to earn a higher interest rate than you do with a traditional savings account. Merchants Bank makes it simple. What you see is what you get. A great rate. No gimmicks, no minimums, no hidden fees. Merchants Bank, one of the nation's top performing banks. Hop on over.
When you have back or neck pain, you'll try anything for relief. Anything.
Whoa! Honey?
Honey, it was mustard seed.
For real options, get your back in front of the spine experts at Ortho Indy. Ortho Indy Spine. This is your way back.
16-8 our score. Today's game brought to us by Pepsi. grab a Pepsi and some friends and get in the game. Pepsi, proud partner of the Marian University Knights. Well, Jan, you talked about three-pointers and Marian defending the three-point line as Taylor, the top three-point shooting team in the league. We did not anticipate, though, Carson Gould, who is a ways down the list in terms of made three-pointers on this Taylor team, 5th to be exact. Gould is the only player so far for Taylor to make a three, but he's made 3 in the first 6.5 minutes.
Yeah, they're off to a good start, no doubt.
Knights with the ball out of the timeout. Short clock with 10. Humphrey in the double team. 3 to shoot. Rutland hangs, tough shot.
Yeah, not a good shot in the half court for Marian at all. They had to take a last-minute throw up, and that was not good.
And the ball turned over. Couple subs during that timeout for both teams. Joshua Renfro is on for the Knights. Renfro wearing number 1, freshman out of New Albany. And for Taylor, Anor Wogar is on, 6'5" freshman from Toronto. Pull-up shot by Humphrey.
There you go. Good half-court.
Humphrey Jr.
Rob, good half-court offense that time. They had good spacing and had people moving back to within 6.
First bucket for Aaron Humphrey Jr. There's Wogar. And Wogar with the dunk.
Way too easy. No
Anor
backside at all.
Wogar. The sophomore out of Toronto, or the freshman out of Toronto, rather. Anor Wogar. Humphrey fades. That one off to the left. And Carroll drew the foul on the hustle. Pushed out of bounds was Carroll by Nathan Baker. It's already the 4th team foul on Taylor. There's the back cut and the easy dunk by Wogar. TJ Davidson is in. Freshman from Jan's alma mater, Noblesville High School.
Classes.
Go Millers.
Go Millers. Class of 1977, Rob.
TJ Davidson, class of 2025.
Just a few years later.
Maybe a couple of generations apart. Carroll with a nice spin off the glass, couldn't get it. And a foul, though, on the rebound called on Taylor. If that's Baker, that's 2 quickies. And Baker will head to the bench. Baker incredulous at that whistle.
Well, that for Marian, if they can find their way frequently to the free throw line, that's one thing that Marian does pretty well, shooting 74%.
74%.
They just don't shoot enough of them. They only take 13. Get it up around 20 today.
Yeah, Marian is last in the league in free throw attempts and makes. But 74% is second in the league in percentage. Smith. Wogar tries a 3 off the back of the iron. Humphrey up high to get it. Humphrey all the way to the rim, threw it over the rim. Gustin taps it back to Humphrey. Put it up, no.
Great hustle.
But drew the foul.
Couple guys really battling inside right now for Marian and doing a really good job on the boards. They don't typically beat teams on the offensive board. Doing a pretty good job right now here early. They average about 9. Taylor averages 12 a game offensive boards.
Wogar with the foul, his first. Humphrey knocks in the first free throw. Day returns for the Knights, or for the Trojans rather, as McGee has a seat. Humphrey a 75% free throw shooter. Humphrey and Rutland are the only 2 Knights who have appeared and started in every game. Just to give you an idea, Jan, of how much the Knights have been beset by injuries and just trying to find combinations. The Knights have started 9 different players. At least nine players have started at least one game.
And that's been true last year and this year. They just can't catch a break. They've got more this year than they had last year. They got really thin last year due to injuries. That's part of it, but Boy, Marion's had more than their fair share.
Elijah Diallo is in for the Knights.
That's good defense.
Diallo wearing number 13, the 6'3" redshirt sophomore from Brownsburg.
You know, since the opening, Rob, Marion's defense in the half court has picked it up here a little bit. Taylor really had some easy shots early. Since that time, Marian has settled down and really done a much better job in the half court.
Gustin sidesteps the defender and drew the foul. Gustin can really get off the floor quickly.
And since he's gotten back, he's really helped the underneath game. He's got really good length, good moves around the rim.
That's Parlberg's second foul. So the Knights, in just under 10 minutes, or just under 9 minutes, just over 9 minutes, I should say, has put themselves in the bonus. Gustin misses the first free throw. Let's see if the Knights can take advantage of that. Gustin unable, missing both. Parlberg to Combs. Trying to find Day off a screen to shoot a three. Instead, Day takes Franks to the baseline. Cross-court pass stolen by Diallo.
Good defense again.
Gustin on the leak out. Taylor got back defensively.
Get something here and you're right back in it.
Carroll to the baseline. Passes out of the double. Renfro's open. Diallo snuck in, and is
blocked.
Put back as blocked by Day. Day came out of nowhere to block that shot away.
Yes, he did.
Combs high post. Carroll with the reach in. Takes the foul. That's Luke's first and the team's fourth. We'll have another media timeout. 9:47 to go, first half. Knights trail by 6, 18-12 our score. We'll step out and come right back with more after this on the ISC Sports Network.
There's something that may surprise you about Marian University. It's not our Catholic faith or our Franciscan values. It's not our 5,000 students or our diversity. It's not Marian's championship athletics or our Indianapolis location. It's that Marian is home to Indiana's only college of osteopathic medicine. Marian, Indy's Catholic University.
Well, when it rains, it pours, so trust the pros at AAA Roofing. That's who we call. Special thanks to AAA Roofing for their support of Marian Athletics. And today's game also brought to us by BSN, the preferred provider of apparel for Marian Athletics.
Did I see a young one sleeping a second ago in our picture? Did you see that?
I did not.
That guy will be a sound sleeper. If he can take a snooze during a game like this,
during the musical stylings of DJ B-Rad?
Yeah, I'm going, man, I wish I could do that. That dude was in sound asleep mode.
Well, the Knights cold shooting early, just 5 out of 17, 29%, yet trail by only 6.
Well, the slower tempo favors, this is exactly what Marian needs. Taylor wants to pick it up a little bit, but I think Marian right now has done a pretty good job of setting the tone and pace where they want to play.
Davidson back to Parlberg. Parlberg cut off on the drive by Carroll. Combs for 3. Got it.
Another 3.
Pete Combs, the first Trojan other than Gould to knock in a 3. And the lead is 9. the biggest lead thus far for Taylor.
Well, it's the three-point shooting. They've gotten an extra point now on 4 different possessions.
And Humphrey fouled on the drive. With Taylor over the limit, Humphrey shoots a 1-and-1. Jan, you alluded to this moments ago, but with the foul situation for Taylor right now, it behooves Marian to be aggressive and drive to the bucket.
And it does a couple things. Obviously, with the foul trouble that Taylor's in, that's one thing, but we documented that Marian shoots it pretty well, and except for every time I say that.
Knights have missed 3 free throws in a row after hitting their first 2.
Taylor's starting everything much higher now. They were really setting their bigs down on the post, but now they're starting their big men up, and I don't think it's near as productive as when they started them low.
Well, McGee is back in for Taylor, as is Gould, who just stepped in to replace Davidson. Ten on the timer for McGee. Combs backing on Carroll. Carroll holds his ground. Good defense.
That was good defense. Made him take a tough shot. He worked hard at it, but the defense was enough to keep him from putting it in.
Humphrey lost the handle. Combs lost his shoe and now trails the play. Combs for 3, short.
You'll let him take that shot all day long. That's
he'll
hit a
put
few
his
of
shoe
them.
back on. Absolutely.
You know, so that's a good defensive possession when you can force the big. He'll hit maybe 1 or 2, but that's not who they want shooting them out there.
Gould saves the rebound to Combs. Make that Parlberg, excuse me. Day takes the handoff down the lane. Good contest by the Knights. Franks comes away with it. Carroll bodies into the Parlberg and lays it in.
I think Carroll, I should say, gets as much out of what he has as anybody. He plays hard. He's physical. He really, really plays to get something out of his game.
McGee in the lane, draws the contact. Couple defenders there. Let's see where the foul will go. It will go to Carroll, his second. Team's 5th. McGee fouled in the act. Will shoot 2. McGee started his college career at Division II Quincy in suburban Chicago. Played his first 2 years there. This is his first season at Taylor. Ron Rutland III is back in for the Knights, as is Josiah Gustin. One more for McGee. That one's good. Leading free throw shooter on the team is McGee. Knocks it in at 84% clip. Back to a 9-point advantage for Taylor, matching its biggest lead of the game. Franks can't turn the corner on McGee. Moles almost lost it. Day up tight in front of the Taylor bench.
Oh, my.
Moles fades, too strong on the shot.
Moles got away with a major push-off.
Day might have thespianed that a little bit, though.
There was probably a little bit of both, but that arm was definitely extended.
Gould. Baker's back into the game, playing with 2 fouls as Combs feels his way against Gustin. Fades off to the left.
Well, Taylor's went cold here a little bit. It's a good thing. Marian needs to get back and get some movement, get everything downhill. Let's see if we can get something here.
Marian has scored just 2 points in the last 5 minutes.
Yep, a huge drought for sure.
Moles spins through on Gustin. A little English off the glass.
Well, he manufactured that one. Everybody's kind of standing. He'd put that one on himself and somehow got a bucket.
McGee.
Carroll,
tried
good
to
down
challenge
from
Carroll. Yeah, Carroll held his ground.
Carroll came from the backside, really got a good stop.
Transition three by Moles is no good, but Gustin hustled to it. Moles driving kick. Carroll wants a three.
Short.
And Baker holds off Gustin for the rebound. Game's starting to get a little ragged on both ends as a timeout is pending. All sorts of subs at the table for both teams.
Well, Marian's done a pretty good job protecting that shot there for the last 3 possessions. That time, Taylor got it right to the rim.
Rutland. Over to Franks. Gustin. Rutland saved it to Franks. Now Franks with 4 on the timer. Moles pull up on the baseline short. Back tap though to Franks for 3. No good.
Marian can't buy a bucket. Wow. Got it, that 3, looks at it, not bad.
We're inside 5 minutes. Marian shooting just 28%. Combs can't get it. And the ball turned over back to the Knights. 25-16 the score, 4:35 to go first half. As the Knights hanging around down 9. We're under 5 minutes to go first half. Back with more in a minute on the ISC Sports Network.
Hey, grab me one too.
Well, Indiana Members Credit Union is proud to support Marian University and offers now a Marian University Knights debit card. This card is included when you open a free IMCU checking account. Get your Marian University Knights debit card today and show your support. Visit any IMCU branch or sign up online now at imcu.com. Rob Brown alongside Jan Bozier. This game, Jan, has the feel of what sometimes games are called rock fights. This game has the feel of a rock fight, and I think that plays to Marian's advantage. You mentioned a slower pace. Taylor comes in averaging almost 84 points a game. Certainly we're not heading in that direction right now, but the Knights have to find a way to get some scores.
Yeah, that's the
They're
problem.
getting stops, but they're not getting scores, and Marian shooting at just a 28% clip, 0 for 7 behind the three-point line.
Yeah, defense not bad at all right now. Taylor with just 25. Marian's got no O to show for it, though. Let's see if they can get it going here.
Gustin to Rutland. Rutland fakes his defender off his feet, but couldn't find the jumper. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Humphrey, who's also back into the contest.
Part of the problem for Marian, they're not getting incredibly clean looks from the shots outside. The stuff inside's being contested, and what they're getting from outside, for the most part, not in the offense, kind of manufactured oriented, and those typically end up not being good percentage shots.
Anwar Wogar and Levin Smith came in for the Trojans during that timeout. Gould in the lane. Step through. Knights got a piece of that shot. Much to Todd Howard's delight, clapping his hands as Humphrey comes the other way. Humphrey to the baseline. Put it up, put it in.
That was solid by Humphrey, and they need him. This offense, I think, goes through him right now because he's the guy. It's a mismatch, quite honestly.
Humphrey has 6. Humphrey and Moles have accounted for 6 apiece, 12 of the Knights 16 or 18. Smith with an easy one on the slash to the rim.
Smith looks down at the bucket, I think.
He did on that particular play.
He's 6'11", and then some.
Gustin and Smith fighting for the basketball. Smith first to it. in body type and look. Smith, McGee's three is no good. Knocked out of bounds. Smith kind of reminds me of Zane Dowdy, the old center at Ben Davis from a couple years back from their state championship team.
Yeah.
Has the ponytail and 6'11", the length. Luke Lindemann is on for the Knights for the first time today. 6'6" freshman from Bloomington North High School. Luke's got the basketball out top. Humphrey down the baseline, challenges Smith. Missed the shot. Gustin flew in. Out top to Rutland for a kick-out three.
Hit that thing. That young man can do it. Let's get him going.
That's the first Knights three of the game.
Man, they need that shot.
After missing 7 in a row from out in long range to begin the contest. Gould bounces down low to Smith for the easy lay-in.
Yep, not much you're going to do. But he gets it that deep.
Smith with 4 off the bench. Rutland has time to tee up another. That one's long. Gould with inside position. Up the floor to Parlberg. Now Gould wants to set up. High post Smith. Baker backs Humphrey down. Is that going to count?
That's what I'm looking to see. Yes, it is.
Oh, my.
That seemed like a little bit of a continuation.
Basket counts.
That whistle
Score that for Nathan Baker.
That whistle was way
and
before
give
that.
the foul to Aaron Humphrey. His first, 6th on the Knights. Baker's free throw is good. And Taylor has its first double-figure lead of the game, up 11 on the three-point play by the freshman Nathan Baker. Legal screen called on Gustin.
Well, the Knights made a little run, got it to 6, and just the last couple of minutes have absolutely been costly.
Moles is back in for the Knights, replacing Rutland. Combs backing Gustin in. Day in the corner. Frank had it knocked free. Parlberg scoops it up, lays it in, and a foul.
Well, if it can go wrong, it has. What else can you say, Rob?
That's just how things have gone.
It just is what it is. I mean, Marian gets up high for a rebound here. That's probably a good no call. And then just things kind of fall into the right place, the right time for Taylor.
Loose ball squirts right to Parlberg, who lays it in. Draws the foul on Franks, his second, and Parlberg knocks in a free throw. And that's just how the ball has bounced for the Knights over the last 2 months.
That's absolutely well said.
What was once a 6-point game, 90 seconds later is a 14-point game as the first half winds down. .16 to shoot, 34 seconds left in the half. Ball thrown away. Timeout called by Taylor. We'll keep it here.
Yeah, they want to save a possession here, organize a play to really put hurt on Marian if they can get some points out of this possession.
We will keep it here with 28 seconds to go. Here in the first half, Marian had cut it to 6 on a Ron Rutland 3 with 2:25 left. But an 8-0 run with 2 3-point plays in that run by Taylor has pushed it to a game-high 14 for the road team.
Well, one of the things that Marian has had issues with is when teams go on runs, it really separates them. And Marian right now just not built to score a ton of points. And those runs really make it difficult. Not impossible. They battled back against Bethel the other night, had a shot to win that one. But they need to stay within striking distance for sure.
Knights are out of fouls to give, so any foul would put the Trojans at the line. Parberg with 8. 3 out front. It's nothing but air and the floor. Knights get it back with 3 seconds to go. And now the Knights will call a timeout. We'll keep it here, 30-second timeout. So we'll keep it here. And while we have a moment, we'll remind you that today's game brought to us by Masters Heating and Cooling. When the action heats up, trust Masters Heating and Cooling of Indianapolis to keep your home cool. Visit mastersindy.com. So the Knights have to go the length of the floor with 3 3/10 seconds remaining.
Offense has kind of been the issue with the Knights all year long. Defense has not been that bad, and a lot of times, sometimes not pretty good, but the offense has just stuttered so many times, and they don't get very much behind the arc at all anymore.
Lindemann to inbound. Into Moles. Moles on the run, hangs, shoots, wide of the mark, and that'll do it. So our score at the end of one half of play, Taylor 35, Marian 21. We'll take a break and come back. Spot halftime show is next. You're watching Marian Knights basketball right here on the ISC.
To see the success that we've had around here has been very, very rewarding for me. My name is Steve Downing. I'm athletic director. We've been able to build buildings. We've been able to put up video boards. We've been able to build locker rooms, dining halls here. And I think a lot of that speaks to the M Club itself. You know, people are really excited about what we're doing here. We haven't had to sacrifice anything for our athletes, okay, in terms of clothing them, feeding them, or traveling them to events. And we've done it in a first-class way, and I'm really excited about what that means for the M Club itself.
Merchants Bank is one of the nation's top performing banks. Take our fixed rate CD, for example. At 4.5 APY, it's a great way to earn a higher interest rate than you do with a traditional savings account. Merchants Bank makes it simple. What you see is what you get. A great rate. No gimmicks, no minimums, no hidden fees. Merchants Bank, one of the nation's top performing banks. Hop on over.
When you have back or neck pain, you'll try anything for relief. Anything.
Honey?
Honey, it was mustard seed.
For real options, get your back in front of the spine experts at Ortho Indy. Ortho Indy Spine. This is your way back.
Rob Brown, Jam Bozier back with you here at halftime at the PE Center. Men's Crossroads Leagues basketball action, NAIA. Taylor leads Marian by the score of 35-21. Let's look at how the first half unfolded. We had one tie early. That was at 2-2. Marian kept the game within single digits for most of the first half and actually trailed by only 6 at 27-21 with 2:25 to go. But that would a Ron Rutland 3, top of the circle, made it a 6-point game. But that would be the last bucket and points of the half for the Knights, as Taylor would close with an 8-0 run, including 2 3-point plays, pushing the lead to 14. And that's where we stand right now at this 35-21 score, with the Knights down a game-high 14 points. Jan, your overall impressions of what we saw here in half number 1?
Well, you know, I thought that we talked about the tempo early, and I thought for the most part that did kind of favor what Marian wanted to do and how they wanted to do it. The early threes really got Taylor off to a good start. But then the problem arises, and clearly I don't think the Knights' defense was that bad. At times there were a few breakdowns, but their problem is clearly one thing, and that's just offense. They just don't have consistency. They're not getting great looks. What they do get, they have to work really hard to get. They've got to figure out some consistency in the half court. They got to keep moving. They're not real big inside. They got to space. They got to move and force that defense to work a little harder.
Well, you mentioned one of the things you mentioned late in the first half was how, speaking about the Knights' offense, as Marian is shooting just 29% from the floor, how Marian is struggling with getting clean looks from the perimeter, and everything at the rim is challenged. You and I talked before we came on air just how much bigger Taylor is than Marian. Marian is having real trouble with Taylor's length at the rim and around the restricted area.
Yeah, no question. And as long as you don't shoot the ball from outside with any consistency, team's just going to pack it in on you. And that amplifies your offensive problems, because that's what you do right now when you're Marian, because you just have very little out from outside. So teams just really, really physical, packing it in, forcing you. Listen, you're going to beat us, you're going to do it from outside, because you ain't doing it in there.
Well, Marian led by Dylan Moles and Aaron Humphrey Jr. with 6 points apiece. Taylor paced by Carson Gould, who has 9 points. Gould has all 9 of his points from behind the arc. Gould is 3 out of 4 from three-point range. Take our first break here on the Spot Inc. halftime show. When we come back, we'll have more from the PE Center after this on the ISC Sports Network.
There's something that may surprise you about Marian University. It's not our Catholic faith or our Franciscan values. It's not our 5,000 students or our diversity. It's not Marian's championship athletics or our Indianapolis location. It's that Marian is home to Indiana's only college of osteopathic medicine. Marian, Indy's Catholic University.
Hey, grab me one too.
We jumped in immediately. We take an intro to engineering course.
And they sit there and tell you, we're not going to push you through every single prereq your first 2 years. We're going to let you get hands-on work with engineering right away, because 2 years of a prereq, that's boring.
There's companies always asking for students with shop experience. And the dean will email me and say, hey, they're looking for a guy just like you, which is awesome that the dean knows who a guy like me is.
Getting an internship here has been much easier than I anticipated. My friends at bigger schools are telling me, well, I need to live, close to this city so I can work for this company. Well, I'm already close to the city. I live here.
Merchants Bank is one of the nation's top performing banks. Take our fixed rate CD, for example. At 4.5 APY, it's a great way to earn a higher interest rate than you do with a traditional savings account. Merchants Bank makes it simple. What you see is what you get. A great rate. No gimmicks, no minimums, no hidden fees. Merchants Bank, one of the nation's top performing banks. Hop on over.
Hey, welcome back to Marian University. As Taylor leads Marian 35-21 at the break. Our spot halftime show. Today's logistics marketplace is an ever-changing landscape where you can make your mark as a leading third-party logistics company in North America. Spot gives you the tools to tackle industry challenges for our partners here. Initiative, drive, teamwork form basis for a rewarding, fast-paced career. Visit spotinc.com/careers for more information today. Spot is proud to partner with Marian University. So we're rolling along here on the halftime show. We revisit Jan's keys to the game. Three-pointers certainly first and foremost, with Taylor coming in, leading the league in three-pointers made and attempted. And right now, Jan, I think Marian doing a pretty good job. Taylor 4 out of 13. They come in, Taylor averaging right about 11 threes made and 28 attempts. So a little bit behind in terms of attempts or makes, certainly on track in terms of attempts, but percentage-wise, 31%. They come in shooting 38. So Marian doing a pretty good job in terms of keeping Taylor a little bit behind pace, and they have shut Isaiah Day out, who is the leading three-point shooter in the league in terms of makes and attempts. Day has yet to find a three-pointer in the ball game, so the Knights have done a pretty good job. I'd give the Knights an A- B+ in terms of defending the three-point line.
Yeah, 3 of those were real early, too, and then I thought the Knights really did, to your point, a much better job.
Yeah, Taylor made 1 3 in the final 12 minutes of the half.
So they certainly, once again, it's not really that. It's not so much the defense. I mean, their defense will win you some games. They've got to figure it out. Listen, I think you got to pressure. You got to find. If you're not scoring offense, you got to figure out some other ways. And my point is this: get some defense to offense points. You got to put on maybe a half-court trap. Throw some wrinkles in. When you're not scoring in your half-court set, you got to develop some offense somehow or some points. And so let's see if Marian throws some wrinkles in here in the second half to try to get some extra points to get back in this thing.
Despite the size disadvantage, Jan's second key was rebounds, and the Knights out-rebounding Taylor in the first half, 22-18, and second chance points, 7-6 in favor of the Knights. And tough defense, the Knights holding Taylor at 44% shooting, a little bit behind Taylor's season average of 49.
Well, and Taylor scored 10 points in less than about 3 minutes there, or that could have been a lot better on the defensive scoreboard.
Yes, Taylor coming in, averaging almost 84 points a game, on pace for 70. And to your point, Taylor was tracking more toward about a 60 or 65-point game until the last 2 minutes. So pretty good job defensively for the Knights in that first half, but offense, the Knights need to find some answers here in the final 20 minutes. We'll take our final break here on the halftime show as DJ B-Rad continues to entertain the crowd here at the PE Center. When we come back, we'll have first half highlights, and we'll take you up to the start of the second half. All that coming up next on the ISC Sports Network.
This story is mad good.
Ice Spice?
Who's that?
It's my ex, lemon lime soda.
This is intense.
But I love you.
Aw, buddy, it'll be okay.
Or not.
Getting an internship here has been much easier than I anticipated. My friends at bigger schools are telling me, well, I need to live, close to this city so I can work for this company. Well, I'm already close to the city. I live here.
Merchants Bank is one of the nation's top performing banks. Take our fixed rate CD, for example. At 4.5 APY, it's a great way to earn a higher interest rate than you do with a traditional savings account. Merchants Bank makes it simple. What you see is what you get. A great rate. No gimmicks, no minimums, no hidden fees. Merchants Bank, one of the nation's top performing banks. Hop on over.
This story is mad good.
Ice Spice?
Who's that?
It's my ex, lemon lime soda.
This is intense.
But I love you.
Aw, buddy, it'll be okay.
Or not. When you have back or neck pain, you'll try anything for relief. Anything.
Honey?
Honey, it was mustard seed.
For real options, get your back in front of the spine experts at Ortho Indy. Ortho Indy Spine. This is your way back.
First half highlights as Taylor leads 35-21. Dylan Moles getting involved early, and Josiah Guston on the backboards. There's Carson Gould, who hit 3 threes in the first half. 3 in a row at one point. Finishing 3 for 4 from behind the line. Dylan Moles with 6 points. Aaron Humphrey with 6 points as well to lead the Knights. Knights did give up a couple easy baskets at the rim early, but did tighten up in the back half of the first half. There's the lone Knights three-pointer in the first half, Ron Rutland's 3 that made it a 6-point game. But then a couple three-point plays. First one from Nathan Baker, and then this just odd bounce play that went Taylor's way that led to a three-point play by Nate Parlberg to give Taylor a 14-point lead as we head to the second half.
I'd like to see Rutland take some more threes. He's one guy who elevates on his three, so his three's a little more difficult to. There's others that can hit him, but I really think Rutland could be a difference maker. If they can get him open, he can help get himself open and find some open threes. He's that guy, I think, Rob, that can certainly help in that category. He's not quite been able to cut loose, but I think he's a guy that could do that.
Well, 35-21. Both of these teams we mentioned at the top looking for a win. Knights have dropped 9 in a row. Not won since December the 19th when they beat St. Mary of the Woods here, 70-65. Taylor's dropped 4 straight.
Yeah, 4 straight, yeah. Boy, I did the game here. I think I highlighted that earlier against Bethel. Bethel, really good shooting team, and it was clearly the best I have seen the Knights play all year long. And had the lead, had it secured, and just could not finish the deal, or that could have been a big-time win for the Knights, and unfortunately lost by 2 or 3 against Bethel.
Both teams with the original starting 5 on the floor for the Knights. That's Moles, Guston, Rutland,
Let's see if the Knights
Humphrey, and Franks.
get out to a good start, Rob. They just cannot dig themselves any bigger hole offensively.
Combs backing, missed it wide, fighting for the rebound, and Combs saved it off of Rutland out of bounds.
That's all right. Good effort, though, on the hustle by Rutland.
Taylor starting this second half with their starting 5. McGee, shot blocked by Franks.
There you go. It's a good way to get things started. Now get some points.
Cross court Rutland. Down the baseline. Challenge Day, did Franks.
Wow, I'd like to just see him shoot that 3. It was uncontested, wide open. I know he can drive, not criticizing that, but I'd like to see him get his confidence built up on that 3, Rob.
Combs kick out to McGee for 3 off the front of the rim. Rutland up to Humphrey. Cut off at the block by Combs. Back out to Rutland. Taylor beginning this second half with Gould, Parlberg, Combs, Day, and McGee. Frank drives. Put it off the window and in.
That's what we're talking about. Downhill, everybody moving. One possession at a time. Be as efficient as you can offensively. Getting stops now.
There's an easy one for Day. First field goal for Day. Comes in the leading scorer for Taylor, averaging 16 and a half. Moles fouled by Combs as he turned the corner. Second on Combs. First on Taylor. Franks off a screen.
Oh, I think that was deflected.
Gould got a piece
Yeah, he sure did.
of that shot. McGee left it for Combs trailing. Combs short-armed it, but Combs was fouled. And Combs shoots two.
Well, to Taylor's credit, they're really moving well in the half court. They got multiple people downhill towards the rim, and we talked about that earlier. When they get that deep, they have so much length and size inside, not much you can do. Marian's got to get back to keeping that ball out of the paint.
Foul went to Rutland, his third. Team's first. Combs one more. Got it. 38-23. 15-point advantage for Taylor. Nice bounce by Moles to Gustin, who missed the dunk. Gustin got his own rebound, though. Kick out to Moles, who hits.
There you go.
Gould, three with Humphreys on the challenge. Rebounded by Rutland. Bounce into Gustin, who was fouled by Day. Second on Day. Renfro is quickly into the game for the Knights. Levin Smith in for Taylor. Humphrey finds Gustin. Gustin twisting to the rim. He couldn't get the roll. But Gustin has been soaring to the rim.
He has.
Could not find it, though.
Soaring and finishing, two different things.
Two different things. Renfro draws the foul.
Good move.
Bumping Gould on the way to the bucket. Kick out to McGee for three, no. Rebound tap, pick up off the floor by Rutland.
Brought the ball down low. We've talked about that all day today, even in the women's game. At this level in college, you bring that ball down, you're going to be contested.
That's the third foul on Parlberg. That will send Baker sprinting back into the contest. Moles bumped on the baseline by Day, feeling his way. Gustin fouled down the left side of the lane. Was Gustin? That's Day. Wilgar's back in. This game has absolutely no flow whatsoever.
You're right. You call it whatever you want, but you are dead on. It just does not have flow at all.
And an illegal screen called.
Nope, you are absolutely 100% right.
Gustin will head straight to the bench after picking up his second foul. Lindemann's back in.
And the score dictates that too.
There were 5 fouls called at that end during that exchange. And then there's another foul. Holding foul called on Humphrey.
You know, the thing is, Taylor's not exactly lighting it up right now. It's an opportunity for you to have a shot.
Wilgar bounce into Smith. McGee Missed the shot, but Smith picked up the loose ball, and too much length by Levin Smith to lay it in over the smaller defenders of Marian. Rutland fades on the baseline, no good. McGee. Smith wants a three. Got it.
7-footer hitting threes. That's probably not a good sign.
Well, Levin Smith, just a 22% three-point shooter. 7 for 22 on the season. Knocks one in. It's an 18-point game. The Knights want time. 43-25 our score. We'll step out, take a break. Come right back with more after this. You're watching the Marian Knights on the ISC Sports Network.
There's something that may surprise you about Marian University. It's not our Catholic faith or our Franciscan values. It's not our 5,000 students or our diversity. It's not Marian's championship athletics or our Indianapolis location. It's that Marian is home to Indiana's only college of osteopathic medicine. Marian, Indy's Catholic University.
Well, from our team to yours, good luck today from Speedway Subaru. At Speedway Subaru, you'll find the largest Subaru inventory around. All backed by Subaru Care's lifetime powertrain warranty. Absolutely free. Speedway Subaru, family owned, Indy proud, and here when you need us. Visit us at West 16th Street or shop SpeedwaySubaru.com today. Alongside Jan Bozier, Rob Brown with you. Great crew working with us today. Prince Morellis, our director, alongside Alex Lovern, Eric Connect, Eldon Wheeler, and David Kahn. Best of the best.
They are, and they're great people and fun to work with. They keep us honest.
They do indeed. They do indeed.
The Knights have only scored 4 points here in half number 2, Rob.
8-4, Taylor's advantage here in the half. A little half-court trap out of the timeout by the Trojans. Humphreys fades and hits.
There you go.
Aaron Humphrey Jr. with the bucket. Has a team-high 8. In the corner, McGee is open and hits the three. 2 straight threes for the Trojans.
Wow, what's that, put it up to 5 or 6?
6 threes.
6 threes, yep.
In the game,
Yep.
2 here in the half.
Yep. Talked about that. They average
Almost
about
11.
Yep.
Lead the league in that category. Rutland for 3, around and off. Baker and Humphrey Jr. locked up. And Baker will take the foul. Nathan Baker, the foul, his 3rd, team 5th. We'll go ahead and stay here. We've got a media timeout. And we'll go ahead and keep it here. 14:29 to go. 46-27 the score. Knights trailing by 19. Now, Goshen and St. Francis, this is our Crossroads League schedule. Bethel's at Huntington, Grace at Mount Vernon, Indiana Wesleyan at Spring Arbor. 4 in the latest poll, 4 of the 10 teams in the Crossroads League are ranked in the national top 25. I mean, we say it every year. This is one of the best leagues, if not the best league in the entire country at the NAIA level. Grace is number 1, Indiana Wesleyan number 5, Bethel number 10, and Taylor, today's opponent, ranked number 24.
Well, Indiana Wesleyan's starting to pick up their game a little bit. They're playing very well right now, shooting the ball well. Of course, Grace has just kind of been that dominant force up the top all year long. But now some of the other teams are starting to pick up the pace a little bit.
Well, the officials want a review. They're requesting to look at something. Not sure what the officials are wanting to take a look at, but okay, they want to take a look at the last foul. I think they're going to want to take a look, Jan, at the possibility of a hook and hold when Baker and Aaron Humphrey Jr. were tangled up. And we'll take a look at this again. They're going to want to see if this fits the criteria for a hook and hold. And I've watched, as you know, I watch a lot of college basketball.
You do.
I no longer know what a hook and hold is anymore. I've watched so much college basketball. I don't know what is and what isn't anymore. I don't think under the letter of the law that is a hook and hold anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends how deep the hook and hold has to be. Was there a hook? No question. Was there a hold? No question. How far and how hard does it have to be?
Yeah, I don't think that's a hook and hold. It fits the definition.
Yeah, and we talked about that in the last. A lot of it is interpretation of how far does it have to be before it actually qualifies to be that call.
And the whole point of the rule was injury prevention and keeping people from getting their shoulders separated
right.
or those sorts of things.
Right.
And I think I got that one right.
Rob, I think you've got them all right.
Well, no, I whiffed on the flagrant earlier in the women's game.
No, listen, they could have just as easily went one way or the other. You know, interpretation is a subjective thing, right?
And a 5-second count coming out of the timeout. The Knights couldn't get the basketball in. That's the 10th turnover. Make that the 9th turnover, on the Knights. Knights have done a good job of taking care of the ball. It's just
they have.
They've just not been able to score. Now the Knights will go to a zone.
And
First time we've seen that.
I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I'd like to see him go into a little trap. Listen, right now Taylor's got a decent-sized team out there. Therein lies a little bit slower. I'd like to see maybe a little trap thrown in here.
So we'll see how the Knights rebound out of the zone. And the ball's loose. Diallo's got it. Diallo couldn't finish against the challenge of Davidson. Baker finds Smith under the basket. Lindemann blocked the shot, and a foul called. Luke Lindemann, the foul, his first. Team fifth. Levin Smith to the line for two. Smith from Exmoor, Virginia. Listed as his hometown. I had to look that up. That's in the peninsula of Virginia that kind of juts out into the ocean. But he went to high school at Blue Ridge High School, which is more north central Virginia in the mountains.
Well, I may debate you on some basketball calls, but when it comes to geography, I ain't saying nothing.
I didn't look it up. I was curious. Looked it up.
You would win that battle every day without much effort.
I looked it up.
That's why I have a GPS.
Smith has 11 off the bench. Too shy of his season high, which he had 13 in the meeting earlier this year up in Upland between Marian and Taylor. Lindemann on the baseline, misses the fadeaway, and a push-off foul called on Davidson on the rebound. First on Davidson, sixth on Taylor. Well, the Knights are sitting on 5 team fouls. Taylor shooting on 6, and we've got 13 minutes to go. We are on track to shoot a truckload of free throws.
You know, I have to admit, Smith will set back down again. I like him. I'm surprised, quite honestly, he doesn't get any more minutes than he does.
Diallo's shot is blocked. Wogar tried to put somebody on a poster. Is fouled is Wogar, and he'll shoot 2.
Well,
yes, to your point, Smith averages just 14 minutes a game.
And when he's been in here today, he moves well, plays well around the rim.
Has 11 points and 5 rebounds in 11 minutes.
Yeah, I'm just a little surprised.
Diallo gets the foul for the Knights. Wolgar shoots 2. First free throw, no good.
Especially for the pace of this game, a little more half court. You could see if there's a little more transition game, how maybe it doesn't fit him, but in the half court, he's a rim guy. Yeah, I don't know.
Wolgar's hometown is Toronto, but played his high school basketball in Layton Christian Academy, north suburb of Salt Lake City. Second free throw, good. You didn't realize how much geography you were gonna learn tonight, did you?
I like it. Well, I've learned a lot because I don't know hardly any. So you've
learned all sorts
me.
of stuff today.
I'm all in. I'm all in. I like it, Rob.
49-27. Combs at the foul line looking for a cutter. Baker's open at the foul line and hits.
Taylor's just not going to be in a hurry at all because they don't have to be.
Taylor has ripped off 8 straight since the Knights went to this zone. And now it's a 24-point lead. Wolgar scoops it up. Rutland grabbed Wolgar, was not going to let Wolgar elevate for a dunk attempt.
6 total points for the Knights here in half number 2.
That's the 4th foul on Rutland. And the 7th on the Knights. Wolgar was fouled in the act. First free throw rattles home. Moles is back in. And we'll get our first look at Blake Russell, the 6'9 freshman from Louisville Ballard High School for the Knights. Rutland will play on with 4 fouls. One more for Wolgar is long. Combs taps it, but right to Lindemann. 52-27. Gould stuck a hand in and fouled. That's the 7th on Taylor. So now both teams are over the limit. And we're in the bonus both ways with 11:42 to go. And that sound you hear is early dinner plans just going out the window all over the place.
Did you have reservations?
I did not.
Okay.
Just making a joke. Just trying to lighten the mood a little bit. No, my plans aren't until 7:30. I'm good.
You're good.
I'm good. Lindemann's front end is short.
Well, Marian really young right now.
Yeah, there are 3 freshmen on the floor in the persons of Renfro, Russell, and Lindemann.
Yeah.
A sophomore in Rutland and a junior in Moles.
Why not give him some playing time?
Wolgar's 3 is good. Wolgar has 5 off the bench here in the second half, 7 in the ball game. That's a 28-point lead. (20-6) advantage for Taylor in the second half. Back cutting Rutland couldn't find the handle on the pass. Good idea.
Yeah, he had a back cut, just a flat pass to him.
Combs, Wolgar. Day still looking for his first 3. Rutland and Parleborg fight for it. Parleborg comes away and lays it in. This is a 14-0 run.
Well, it's been a difficult week for sure. This is all a lot of change for the Marian Men Knights, and they're just going to have to really try to just work through everything and try to finish this season as strong as they can.
Lindemann with 4 on the timer. Gets one up and hits.
There you go. Good to see Lindemann put one in there.
First 2 for Luke Lindemann. Wogar bounce inside to Combs, and the quick hands of Russell knocks it away. Russell, his first touch on the offensive end. Splits the double.
That's double.
And double dribbled. McGee's back. And we've got a media timeout. 9:21 to go. Taylor leads 57-29. We'll step out and come right back. It's Marian basketball on the ISC Sports Network.
Merchants Bank is one of the nation's top performing banks. Take our fixed rate CD, for example. At 4.5 APY, it's a great way to earn a higher interest rate than you do with a traditional savings account. Merchants Bank makes it simple. What you see is what you get. A great rate. No gimmicks, no minimums, no hidden fees. Merchants Bank, one of the nation's top performing banks. Hop on over.
We jumped in immediately. We take a intro to engineering course.
And they sit there and tell you, we're not going to push you through every single prereq your first 2 years. We're going to let you get hands-on work with engineering right away, because 2 years of a prereq, that's boring.
Well, Hoagies and Hops has been serving PA-style hoagies and cheesesteaks in Indianapolis since 2015. Located just 6 minutes from campus, Hoagies and Hops is proud to partner with Marian University Athletics and will provide a 15% discount for all fans. Just show your game day ticket or Marian ID card for hours and menu location. Visit hoagiesandhops.com. She is out like a light.
Yeah, that's a couple of them now.
57-29 the score. 9 minutes and change to go. Day in the corner. Can't find the 3. Lindemann leaking out, and Day swats it against the backboard. Offensive rebound by Russell. Keeps the ball at the Marian end. Rutland driving, challenging, missed the shot. Lindemann tried to fly in and grab it. Last touched, they say, by Parlberg. So Lindemann with some energy for the Knights in his shift. Gets a rest. Gustin's back in. And Smith returns for the Trojans. 8 to shoot. Moles on the baseline, short.
Moles just not had, he had a good start, but he's not had a ton of really good looks, quite honestly, the whole second half.
Just 2 points for Moles in the second half.
Yep.
Day travels on the catch. Knights have made just one of their last 10 shots. Deep 3 by Renfro's off the front of the rim. Marian is 1 for 11 from 3.
Yeah, that's really been the part of this ball game that has just not helped their cause at all. They've had just so little shooting from outside of any success, and that's really made it difficult.
Pass kicked by Gustin. Baker's back in.
But let's face it, they're not a bad ball club. You know, they're a ball club that has won 16 games, and
well, they're ranked 24th in the country.
So I mean, this was never going to be easy by any sense of the imagination, but I thought the threes early kind of set the tone a little bit.
Day still hunting his first 3. The league leader in 3-pointers made is 0 for 5 behind the line. But the offensive rebound keeps it alive for the Trojans. Gould over to McGee. McGee launches off the back of the rim, and another offensive rebound. McGee with a cut, and Gould finds him. It's the 7th assist for Gould, who's 4th in the league in that category at 4.5 a game. And McGee's into double figures with 11 points.
You know, Taylor's success has been when they've shot the three incredibly well, but they're a ball club that also gives up 78 points a game. They don't have a huge margin of error either.
Something we haven't mentioned, Jan, Taylor's received 23 points from its bench today. And that's Wogar, that's Levin Smith. Primarily those two players.
Yeah. I should say 73. I said 78. They give up 73 points a game.
Smith, little jump hook rolled off the front rim, and Gustin went up high to get it. Gustin has 11 rebounds, which is too shy of his career high.
But their team, it averages 83, 84 points a game, and they only have 60. So, you know, the defense has put, you know, themselves in a position if they could have had any offense to compete today.
Tapped in by Russell. And good defense by the Knights. Here comes Moles. Pull up from the foul line, and we've got an offensive foul under the bucket. Called on Renfro. I didn't see that, Jan. I was watching the ball.
You compare as the other teams, Rob, that we broadcast here today in the league, and well, you certainly, I think you can make a case for Taylor, certainly right in there in the mid-pack. You look at Grace and Iwu and
McGee, shot blocked by Carroll, who's back into the game. Gould for three, in and out. Carroll fends off Wogar with one hand and grabs the rebound with the other. Russell lost the handle and is fouled. Both teams are over the limit, so Russell shoots a 1-and-1. That foul's on Gould. Davidson's back into the game. Either they turn the air on or they're hanging meat.
yeah, it definitely changed temperature. No question about that.
It is chilly in here all of a sudden.
It's been known to be that way.
Russell's free throw is good.
Pretty comfortable today, though. Well, Marian doesn't help their cause. They go to Grace.
They go to number one Grace on Wednesday night.
And then St. Francis, and then Indiana Wesley and Huntington. That's a tough stretch.
Most free throws good by Russell, has 4 points off the bench all here in the second half.
That is.
Meanwhile, Taylor will host St. Francis on Wednesday. That's the next game for the Trojans.
Let me restate that. That is an incredibly tough stretch.
After today's play, each team in the league will have just 4 games remaining.
That's hard to believe.
Before the conference tournament. 5.5 minutes to go. Baker, ball around the horn. Wogar lets it fly. Three's off the back of the rim. And Rutland walks it up. Got a holding foul away from the play on Gould.
Congratulations to the Lady Knights today, though, Rob. They advanced their record and I think played very well today.
Yeah, in case you're just joining us, Marian won the front end of the doubleheader. The 5th-ranked women's team won 78-55.
Really good performance. Abby
McNally, 28 points and 23 rebounds.
Different level, wasn't it?
Continues to.
Multiple block shots, assists.
Well on her way to a second straight season where she'll be an All-American.
No question.
Potential National Player of the Year. I think she'll be in the discussion.
Yeah, it has to be. Has to be.
Joshua Renfro knocks in 2 free throws for his first 2 points of the game. Knights have scored 6 in a row inside 5 minutes. to go in this one. Gould will try to drop it to Smith. Too many Knights hands in there to knock it away, but it goes off Smith, back to Marian. Inside 5 minutes to go, media timeout, 59-35. We'll step out. More after this on the ISC Sports Network.
There's companies always asking for students with shop experience, and the dean will email me and say, hey, they're looking for a guy just like you, which is awesome that the dean knows who a guy like me is.
Hey, grab me one too.
Rob Brown, Jan Bozier back with you at Marian University, west side of Indianapolis, the PE Center, John Grimes Court. Today's game brought to us by Miller Transportation. Thanks to Miller Transportation, the official transportation sponsor of Marian Athletics. I wish good luck to all the Indiana girls high school basketball teams competing for a sectional title tonight.
That's hard to believe that season's.
I will be at a sectional game tonight.
Where are you going?
I will be at Rushville tonight to watch Roncalli play. My friend Jason Sims, one of my best friends, is the head coach at Roncalli. I watched them play Indian Creek tonight.
Well, that'll be fun.
Number 1 team in 3A, Roncalli. We'll watch them play tonight against Indian Creek. Steal out of the timeout. Baker with the steal. Sidesteps Rutland and lays it in. That's a nice play.
It was.
(61-35). Baker has 7 points and 6 rebounds. Solid player, the freshman out of Fishers. You see that, Jan, time and again, where a player like Baker, who was the 4th or 5th player as a starter his senior year, but players like Baker who come from winning programs can come to the Division III level and just be solid contributors for 4 years.
Well, a lot of the reason for that, there are a lot of people that in high school haven't remotely gotten to the maturity of the physicality.
And on cue, Baker knocks in a corner 3. But they know how to win,
but
they know how to play.
You can teach a lot of things. And the intangibles, if they bring the right attitude and learn and grow, you to your point, a lot of players have their best basketball, quite honestly, at the next level.
64-35. Wogar missed the layup. Couple subs for Taylor waiting at the table. Nathan Baker played on a state championship team at Fishers his junior year, and then last year, of course, Fishers took an undefeated record into the state championship game and then lost in overtime to Jeffersonville.
Oh, we were talking about the same thing that was applicable to Bailey. She was a good player in high school, but she's raised her game in the college level a huge level.
Right. But came from a winning program.
Came from a winning
in
program.
Bedford North Lawrence.
There's a lot to be said. That's the foundation you build off of, yeah.
Foul on the Knights on Carroll, his 3rd. Nathan Baker shoots 2. First one up and in. Subs into the game. First time we've seen Caleb Edwards, local product out of Fishers, played his high school ball at Guerin Catholic. And also into the game, Joey Heaston, played at Northwest homeschool program here in town.
Okay.
Sophomore. One other note about Edwards, he's well-traveled. Carroll's shot spins around the rim. Edwards played a couple seasons at IUPUI, now known as IU Indy, then played at Parkland Community College, a junior college in Champaign, Illinois. before ending up at Taylor. Driving layup by Edwards is no good.
There you go.
Three-pointer knocked in by Carroll.
Carroll's another one of those players who has really been a contributor at the next level.
Houston gets up a quick shot. We're inside 2 minutes. Rutland has played the last 8.5 minutes with 4 fouls. Got 4 fouls very early. Houston turns it over.
Rutland's just had trouble getting.
Yeah, 1 for 12 today.
Just has not been his day today.
Has not been able to get it going. That's a good way to put it. Gustin, driving kick. Carroll wants another 3 and an out. And Gustin taps it free right to Renfro, who lays it in.
Whatever it takes, right?
66-40. And a foul called on Renfro. Knights are over the limit.
Really felt like that. The Knights needed to get to the free throw line a lot more today and just never were able to get there. Did not shoot near as many free throws. If you're going to compete against the Taylor Ball Club, and then when you don't shoot it from outside with any consistency, your major ammo is to get to the free throw line, and they just weren't able to do that, Rob.
Nate Luce is in the game. This is just his 4th appearance of the season. Freshman out of Wapahani High School. Played for his dad, Matt. Just into the game, Luce puts up the corner 3. His dad, Matt, now the coach at Newcastle.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Wapahani went all the way to the state final in 2A a couple years ago.
Called the game.
Yep. Lost to Brownstown Central.
They sure did. Pretty good Browntown. That was a good Browntown Central team.
25 and 8/10 seconds to go. Shot clock is dark. Trying to get loose a shot here. Renfro lost the dribble. Carroll, reverse layup up and in. Luke Carroll with 7.
Yep, come in off the bench.
And that'll do it. So 68-42 is our final as Taylor pulls away in the second half, outscoring the Knights 33-21 in the final 20 minutes. Jance, final thoughts on this one?
Well, it's just one of those games. Wasn't a thing of beauty on either side. It was kind of rugged type game and a slower pace, which I felt like might give the edge Marian to have a shot, but they just struggled offensively. Never could get any consistency. I don't think it was because of lack of effort. Defense wasn't too bad, but let's give Taylor credit. They did what they needed to do. The 3, as we thought it would be, was certainly good for them today.
So the Knights drop one, 68-42. Thank you so much for tuning in to our doubleheader today. I want to thank you for watching today's doubleheader. I'm Rob Brown on behalf of our entire ISC crew. Until next time, so long, everybody.